The coach is Urban Meyer. And the question is this a disaster taking place right now? I can't believe I'm asking that. I know Urban a little. I've been around him a reasonable amount. I have the utmost respect for Urban Meyer as a football coach. Urban Meyer was an extraordinary college football coach. And he is a very smart man, very smart. And the idea that he would have taken this step, taken this chance, if you will, to come to the NFL and coach Jacksonville without having thought it through front to back and studied it and understood every single element of it, the idea that he would have taken this job without doing all of that never would have occurred to me. I would have laughed at you if you had suggested it. But I don't know how much worse it could look than it has looked. From all of the miscues, you know them already by now, and we can all run them down. The hiring of the strength coach and the drafting the way they did and all the different things that he's done. And now, this opener, they got obliterated by a team that is tanking. The Texans are playing for the future. They have Deshaun Watson on the roster, and he's not playing. Now, we all understand what the reasons for that are. I'm not getting into that. All I'm saying is the Texans are a team that people, when we began the season, wondering could they go 0-17, and they crushed Jacksonville. Now, yeah, Jacksonville was 1-15 last year, so they're bad and they're going to be bad. But boy, they got a lot more players than that. They got Trevor Lawrence. They got all this stuff. So is Urban Meyer going to become the next in this long line of college coaches who went to the NFL and just couldn't get it right? And we're talking about great coaches. Lou Holtz didn't last a season with the Jets. Nick Saban lasted 2 with Miami. Bobby Petrino, who's not on that same list of great coaches, but whatever, didn't make it through a season. Steve Spurrier couldn't do it in the NFL. Hembo, is that what we're heading for here in Jacksonville?
It feels like it after one game. Now, I'm inclined to give him the benefit of the doubt because he hasn't just won everywhere he's been. He has won at an historical level. He's, by win percentage, the best college coach since World War II.
Right.
But they're such different games. In college, Urban Meyer, what made him so great, or at least in part what made him so great, was an extraordinary ability to recruit the best players in the country to his school. And thus, in at least 90% of the games he coached, his players were better than the other team's players. He's operating at a player disadvantage right now because of where he started, of course, which he obviously knew. But without much of an infrastructure in place in Jacksonville, it would not stun me if this thing went, as you like to say, went sideways much sooner than I would have expected.
So Trevor Lawrence threw 3 interceptions on Sunday. The Houston Texans defense had 3 interceptions all of last year. They were the worst defense in the sport by a wide margin. We did a whole essay on how they wasted a year of Deshaun Watson's career. Again, Deshaun is in an entirely different situation right now, but that defense is awful. Awful. They're supposed to be awful. And Jacksonville made them look like a Super Bowl candidate. And here's the only thought I have. If this was happening in any other NFL market, if a person whose profile is as high as Urban's and a quarterback like Trevor Lawrence, who people were anointing, and I think still are, as the next Andrew Luck, John Elway, etc., if everything had been going as badly, if this was happening in New York and Chicago and all these other places, people would be losing. This would be the number one story everywhere. Everywhere. I'm not hearing anything about it. No one's talking about it. And I think that's just the Jacksonville of it all. But that feels like one to keep a close eye on because I'm not sure how much worse it could have started than it has started, going all the way back to when he first got there. I hope it turns around. I like Urban. I have no issue whatsoever. I've had nice interactions with him all through my life. But I just got to call it like you see it. I don't know how much worse it could have started than it has.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.